the floor.
Okay, and good evening, everyone. I hope you can hear me loudly and clearly. Can anyone confirm for me if you can hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, that's fine. And the lead doyen, LJM Toby Abiola FCA, the chairman, Chartered Accountants Group, Joint Minds International Club, LJM Kola Wale Fatai Bisiriyu, FCA PhD, the chairman, Club Membership Committee, LJM Adams Abiodun, FCA. All other protocols are well and duly observed. I remain my humble self, LJM Yusuf Kabiru, Aremu, ACA, ACTI, and I'm here with you tonight to give you some hints, tips, easy way on how to go about ICAN examinations, how to pass ICAN examinations with ease. I'm going to be sharing my screen. Please confirm to me once you can see my screen. Can anyone see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, you're good to go. Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. Okay, that's good. Passing ICAN exam with ease. So let me give you the overview of our training or workshop as the case may be tonight. So the first thing is that I'm going to give us a brief background on ICAN program for the benefit of those people who are new to this program. So those people who are just starting afresh, so that they can have some background information about what ICAN examination entails, how to register, how to go about it. So then after that, we are going to give us what is the need, why ICAN, why ICAN certification, why is it necessary? We're going to talk a bit about that. Then the registration, procedure, exemption, and examination. I'm going to give a snapshot on that. So those are just like a preamble to the main discussion of today, which is the fourth content and overview of our outline tonight. And that will be passing ICAN examination with ease. And then you can see I put it there, I said at most in 4 diets. In 4 diets at most. It can be less, but these tips I'm going to be giving you, if you actually follow it very well and you are committed to it, you are consistent with it, passing ICAN examination should not be more than 4 diets. And mark it. I'm very, very determined about this. And I'm serious about it. If you are very serious, if you are determined about this, in 4 diets at most, you should pass ICAN, irrespective of the level you are starting from, whether you are starting from foundation or skills, or those people that are getting MCATI exemption from professional, at most, it should not be more than 4 diets we pass. Then any miscellaneous information, any other business, we're going to discuss that. And lastly, we are going to accommodate questions and answers. Okay, let's take the first one. Overview of ICAN program. ICAN means the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, a body that regulates accounting profession in Nigeria. Before one can be a member, you have to sit for exams, pass those examinations, get some required years of experience, and then be inducted as a member. ICAN has 2 programs for the advantage of those people that are not aware. We have the ATS program. ATS program is designated for undergraduates, those people with SSC certificates, ND certificates, and those people with NC certificates. Depending on any of those certificates you have, will determine whether you are starting from ATS 1, ATS 2, or ATS 3. For example, if you have ND or NC certificates, you are going to start from ATS 3. So that is the ATS program. Then we have the professional program. The professional program is for graduates. Graduates like those people with BSc certificates or HND certificates, or those people with postgraduate certificates, like those people with MSc or PhD certificates. So that is what the professional program is for. Those are what this professional program is designated for. Then in each of the 2 programs, we have 3 levels. So for professional program, we have the foundation, we have the skills, and we have the professional level, which is the final stage. So when to write the exam, ICAN examinations are written twice in a year. For ATS program, it is written in March and September. Then for professional program, it is written in May and November. Where to write exams? Exams can be written in any state of the Federation, any state of Nigeria. In Nigeria, you can write examination there. Some states has 2 or more centers. Most especially in Lagos, Lagos has almost like 10 centers that you can write your examinations. Then there's a center in Cameroon. And we also have a center in the United Kingdom for those people that are relocated abroad. Why is ICAN certification necessary? So the labor market is saturated. A lot of graduates are outside there. Then presenting a merely HND or PhD certificate is not enough to have a competitive advantage over your peers or your mates. So you have to be competitively advantaged over your mates. And a professional certification like ICAN presents you that. Some people you come and ask, they said, I'm in a dilemma. Should I go for ICAN or for another professional certification, maybe an ACCA? They ask that a lot. I used to advise that, okay, so far as you are still in Nigeria, start with ICAN. Then when you have your ICAN, you know that, okay, your mind is at rest now. You have 1 professional certification. You can then add more. So 2 things. 2 things. After you have your ICAN, then you can say, okay, let me add ACCA. The good thing is that you are not going to start afresh from the beginning. You are going to save some money because of the cost implication of some other programs aside from ICAN. Then you will not start from the beginning. You are going to save some money. And because you have written ICAN examination, it has groomed you. Writing any other professional examination, even if at all you are not getting the whole exemption, let's take ACCA for instance, you're not getting the whole exemption, you're going to write 4 papers in finance. It will save you stress because you have gone through the rigor of passing ICAN examination. So most of the things you are going to be doing are those things you have already done before while writing examination. So the only thing you just need to do is to get yourself used to their own examination pattern at ACCA or any other professional examination, maybe CIMA or the likes. So ICAN examination as a professional accountant, it is necessary for you to have a competitive advantage over your peers. So then let's talk about registration procedure, exemption, and examination. So it is a phase. If you are starting afresh, for those people that have not registered or you are about to register, you are considering registering for the program, the first thing you are supposed to do is what we call initial registration. Initial registration in the sense that you have to register afresh as a student. So after you register as a student, it will require you to go online, make some payments. I think right now it is 8,000 naira. Just a token of 8,000 naira will get you registered with the institute as a student. So then you finalize your registration, submit your documents online, and in a week or at most, in fact, sometimes in 3 days, you get a registration number. After registration number, the next process is exemption. So exemption, some people do ask me, Why exemption? What is the necessity? What is the essence of registering for exemption? I used to make them understand that, as the name implies, if you study accounting, let's say for instance, I can have the understanding that, okay, this is a course that that is the background of the professional accounting program like ICAN. So you must have done some courses in your undergraduate level. So they will give you an exemption not to take the examination from foundation and start from skills, and also give you an exemption from writing a paper in skills level. So meaning that an exemption by virtue of any certification you are having or any academic certification you have, it will qualify you not to start the program from the scratch or not writing some papers. So that's what the exemption means. And then with this, you are going to make some payment for it. So after you process your exemption, you are going to make sure that you verify your examination status on your student portal. So your examination status will make you understand whether you are exempted or not. Then once you are exempted, you can register for your exam any moment you like, once the portal for examination is open. Some people have asked me to make findings whether they can register for exam now. So I've told people that the examination portal is not yet open. If it is opened, a publication will be made on newspaper to that effect, and a circulation will be made around for people to be aware that, okay, now the portal for November 2023 diet is open and the students can now register for exam. So that is more about a brief about the registration process: initial registration, exemption, then examination. So then let's go to the nitty-gritty of our today's discussion: how to pass ICAN examination with ease. I have highlighted the 7 success points agenda on this, and it is clear as you can see it on the screen. So this, I want you to note that this is my own hints. Some other people may give you some other hints. So, and that's why I'm giving this disclaimer. Don't say, and they did not say this now, but I consulted some other person, one professional, and he's also a chartered accountant. In fact, he's an FCA. He's a senior person. He said this. So what he said is not in your points. So this point is not exclusive, and it's not it's not all of it. So you can see some other person, they will give you some points, some hints, success factors. So this is my own success factors, and I've used it as works for me. So if it's worked for me, I believe it should work for you too. So let's go through them one after another. The first thing is understand the examination structure. ICAN examination is different from other examination. In fact, it's different from your school examination. So people, you come and ask me, they say, how many years ICAN program? It's a very interesting question. I will just tell them, oh no, ICAN examination or ICAN program is not like a normal school academic program that already has a designated number of years that you can finish. For example, most accounting programs in our universities is 4 years. Even in Polytechnic, it's 4 years. It's just a break in between that you have to go for a compulsory IT program before you come back and finish it. So ICAN program is not like that. So it depends on how fast you are able to finish it. So there is no designated stipulated number of years you have to finish it. However, ICAN has an ultimatum that they give to students to say, okay, we expect you to finish this program in 10 diets, approximately 5 years. And why they are doing that is they want people to be serious about it. They don't want ICAN program to be a going concern. ICAN examination should not be a going concern. It should not be something. We've seen a situation where some people will register and wait to go for about like after 2 years, they will come back and say, okay, I want to register for my exemption. After they register for my exemption, they will go for another 1 year or 2 diets and come back. Maybe something pursue them, or there's a need for it. They say, okay, I want to register for exam, please. How many papers can I write for? So we have seen a situation like that where candidates are taking it and very, very on serious. So that's why they have brought about that 5 years or 10 diet ultimatum so that people can be serious with it. And it's a very good thing. At least if someone is serious, no matter how, and you do not miss that, you are consistent. In 10 years, in 10 diets, 5 years, one should have finished, qualified with what he's doing. So, however, if you are very serious, you pass your examination on time, you can finish it in 2 diets. So we have seen a case like that where people have done that. So the first thing is to understand your examination structure. Then create a study plan for yourself by drawing the timetable and the likes. We are going to take one of these points, each of these points, one after another. Then look for a lecture center to attend. It is going to simplify your preparation. Number 4, get relevant materials for yourself. Number 5, solve ICAN past questions. It's very, very important. Number 6, I'm going to stress this a lot, and it is very, very emphatic. Avoid distraction when you are writing ICAN examination. That moment, just within the space of 4 months that you are going to be attending lecture and be reading, preparing, please avoid distraction. We are going to take those one after another. Then the last one is you being committed and consistent. You have to be committed, you have to be consistent. And then in that commitment and consistency, then prayer comes in. It comes in that you have to be prayerful as well. But all these points are very, very key in guaranteeing us a success and passing this ICAN examination with ease. Let's take them one after another. The first one, understanding the examination structure. The first point here, you have to get the syllabus. Get the ICAN syllabus or the study pack. It will make you to know how many subjects you will take at each level. For example, if you're an accounting graduate from an accredited ICAN institution, you have your BSc or HND from an ICAN accredited institution, and your school is not under MCATI, you are going to start from skills level. And you'll be exempted from all foundation paper plus audit in skills level, meaning that you are going to write 5 papers at skills level. So know those papers you are going to write. Identify the papers. In fact, put them down in your study schedule. So write them out. Okay, the first one, financial reporting. Then after the financial reporting, you have performance management, taxation, public sector accounting and finance, then corporate strategic management and ethics. So those are the 5 papers you are going to start with from skills level. Know those subjects. Then the second point here is, okay, identify the best combination of paper that suits your schedule. Know your schedule. Are you the working type? Are you too busy? Okay, if you are not busy, maybe you are serving, you are a copper. Okay, you should have enough time to prepare for this program. You may merge all the 5 at once and write it because you have enough time. If you are the working type and you know that, okay, your type of work does not give you much time. In fact, to attend lecture, it takes the grace of God before you be having time. Then you may say, okay, let me break it. You can break. I can allow someone to write as least as a paper at every sitting. So you may say, okay, let me take 3 first. Okay, if you are taking 3, what is the combination of the 3 you are taking? Are you starting with FR, taxation, and PSAF? You know that, okay, this one's okay, they go along together. Okay, are you taking PM, CSME? But they have some things in common. So all these things are what you have to identify in understanding your examination structure. Then the third point here, in understanding your examination structure, is to know the areas of your strengths and weaknesses and strategize. Some people who by their nature, they don't like calculation. Why some people, it is that calculation that is their own strength. It is the theoretical aspect that they do not like. People are different. If you are the calculating type, you know your strengths. PM, I like it, my friend. Financial reporting is a calculation course. You know, that is your strength. Taxation, there's a bit of calculation there. That is your strength. Public sector accounting and finance, it is 50-50, 50% calculation, 50% written. You already know your strengths. So then you capitalize on the strengths and work on your weaknesses. I don't like written. Don't like written aspects. Then you know that you have to strategize. That's why I said, know your areas of strengths and weaknesses and strategize about those weaknesses. What are you going to do about the areas of weaknesses? Because you have to pass all the papers. ICAN is not like our school program that they will give 4 points to one paper and give 2 points to another paper. No. You equally have to pass all the papers before you move to another level. So, and that's why you have to know your area of strengths and weaknesses. So that's all about understanding the examination structure. Let's move to the next point. The next point is to create a study plan for yourself. First thing, draw a timetable based on your schedule. Okay, you work 9 to 5 every day. In fact, the nature of your work, if it is not 8 p.m. or at most 9 p.m. sometimes you will not get home. Then you have to say, okay, that means by the time I will get home every day, every evening, I may be exhausted, I may be worn out. So then you may not schedule your reading time. So maybe immediately you come back from work. You may reschedule it in, okay, let me sleep, eat, then wake up in the midnight and read. Or you push your reading time so maybe the later hours of the evening, of the night. Let's say, okay, maybe you sleep early. By 10 you have slept, then you sleep for 5 hours or 6 hours at most, then wake up by 4. Read from 4 to 7 if you leave to work by 7. Or you read from 4 to 6, that's 2 hours, solid reading, or 3 hours, solid reading. So you have to draw a timetable that will work for you. Then number 2 is that you follow the timetable. Don't neglect it, follow it. On Monday, I'll be reading this topic, this particular subject. Monday is for FR, Tuesday is for PM, Wednesday is for taxation, Friday is for this. Then you allocate maybe 2 days for those difficult subjects like PM. You may allocate 2 days for it. So it depends on how you feel it will work for you. And follow the timetable. Then the third point is that sometimes you draw a timetable, you realize that this timetable is not working for you. Adjust the timetable and work with something that will work for you. Adjust it if necessary. If you do this, you are going to get it right. You are going to pass this examination with ease. So let's move to the next point. The next point is to get a good lecture center. Someone is unmuted. Please mute yourself. So the next point.
I'll take up them.
Okay, third point is to make sure you get a good lecture center. Fine, it is not compulsory. ICAN does not make it a must that you should attend a tuition center. It is not a criteria to write the examination. However, for ease of preparation and to simplify your passing, your sources, please get a good lecture center. We have lecture centers around every state. Most states in Nigeria, don't let me say every state, have tuition centers. They are usually located outside Lagos. Most tuition centers are located in the capital city or some cities that are frenzied in nature. In Lagos, you have a lot of centers. Some are accredited, some are not accredited. If you go online, you are going to see a lot of centers that ICAN accredited that you can attend. However, if you feel that, okay, physical center, maybe in your own place, you're in a remote place, and you feel getting a physical center is not easy for you, you may try online lectures. We have several online tuition houses that you can enroll with, and they are very good as well. So number 2 is that aside from simplifying your preparation, if you attend the tuition center, why attending the tuition center is very, very important. I used to say this to people. Is aside from making your preparation very simple, because what you may be using your efforts to read, and before you be able to understand it, it will take you 2 days. Going to a class, a lecturer will simplify it for you and make you understand it in 20 minutes. That is the scenario. That is it about attending a tuition center. Aside from that advantage, you will also meet people with similar career paths, your colleagues, that they will be pushing you. They will call you if they do not see you in class. Guy, we do not see you in class. So why? Why are we not seeing you in class? They will be pushing you, you will be pushing them. Someone has said this particular topic to push you, it will challenge you to go and read it as well. That's one of the advantages. Not only the knowledge aspects, the networking aspects. It's not only passing this examination. Once you pass the examination, you need it to work. You can meet some people that will assist your career in tuition centers because these are people with similar career paths with yours. So that's why attending tuition centers is very okay. It's part of the points, and it is not to be underrated. The third sub-point here is that in areas you do not understand very well, and ask questions. And anything you understand, you know better, impart your colleagues. It's two things. Anything you do not know, you ask question. People will assist you. They will tell you, they will teach you. Then areas that you feel that, okay, this place, I do not understand it better. Then you go to your colleagues, ask them, okay, do you understand this? They will tell you. And anyone you feel you understand better, teach it to others. It will make you to remember things that you know. To the extent that you teach others, you can't forget it anymore in the examination hall. Or when examination, it makes you to know it better. So that is the third point. The fourth one is getting relevant materials. Getting relevant materials. The most relevant material you have to get is your study pack. The first thing, get your study pack. Gone are the days when I can't use to give study packs, but I think if anyone still attend and visit most of the our centers, they are still going to give the old ones that they have. All you just need to do is to get the current study packs that is available in soft copy and update yourself with it. So the study pack is number one because it's going to give you all the necessary syllabus you have. Then the next thing is that any other materials necessary, like textbooks, you can get. Video materials are available. Some of them, they sell them. Some are available online. You can get them. Then you can make use of. Go to YouTube, you see relevant, different materials that will benefit your preparation. It's going to make your preparation easier. So a very good example of other relevant materials is the APES summarized notes. So APES has summarized notes for all ICAN subjects from foundation to professionals that you can make use of. So then after you get or any other materials, we have the past questions, which are the ICAN pathfinders. They are available in soft copy and in hard copy. The soft copy is free, and get them, download them. The hard copies, people sell them. You can get people that sell them. You can buy if you don't like soft copy. And if you don't like soft copy, those soft copies, you can still print them out and make use of. For this as well, APES Professional Associates also has past question guides for all ICAN subjects that are simplified, arranged in a very good manner that you can use to study. They are available online. If you just go on Google, just search it, ICAN past question guides. It's going to redirect you to the ICAN Facebook page, and you'll be able to download them. They are available. You study the summarized notes that are not available online, but past question guides are available. You can either see them, it will redirect you to either Facebook page, some educational page, you can download them there, and maybe the LinkedIn page as well, you can download them. They are available there. So that's about getting relevant materials. And the next thing is to avoid distraction. This is very, very important. Distraction, most especially social media distraction. The first point here I said, once it is reading time, once it is your time, the time you designate for yourself that you want to use it to read, please, I will advise you put off your internet data to avoid social media distractions. Any messages that will be coming from WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, and they added another distraction lately, thread, all those things, just put it off so that in those 2 hours or 3 hours, you can focus. Gone are the days when we have the likes of our JMI Chartered Accountants Group chairman. When they were writing their own exam, there was no more distraction, no more distractions. Social media have not gotten to this level. So they enjoy this, but in our day now, it is very, very necessary. You caution yourself. You caution yourself, most especially with the danger of social media. It can be dangerous sometimes. So you have to be very, very careful. You have to be very, very careful. Number 2 is that in avoiding distraction, you have to limit your social outings on weekends. Oh, Amber, someone has a party. There is a wedding. There is an anniversary. there's a naming ceremony, you have to limit it on weekend basis. Just on weekends, on Saturday, make sure that this Saturday, for a space of 4 months, you want to sacrifice it for your career growth, for your career development. It's just 4 weeks, 4 months rather. After you write your examination, if you have not qualified, if you still have some papers, you continue, you will still have 2 months to slay and go to your Owambe and your social gathering. And after that, the lecture resumes. You go back to your lecture. It's a stipulated time. It won't take all your time. Then the third thing here is that take off any ICAN examination phobia. People will have different stories. They are going to intimidate you. ICAN exam. It's hard though. Yes, it is hard. Yeah, yet we have people that are passing it. Try it in, try it out. The last result that ICAN released, a whooping number of 1,992 persons qualified. Why won't you be among them if you are committed? So leave the phobia. Don't let anybody put fear in you. If I can, if other people can, you can as well. That is the slogan. Then leave anxiety. By the time you start preparation and you see I can pass question, you will fall, as people will say it in their own slang. You'll be afraid. Do not be afraid. Do not be anxious. And all other psychological enemies in the wheel of your success, just take them off. They are going to steal your success and your peace. Just take them off and rule your mind. Just rule it out that, okay, this examination, I'm going to pass it. And you will definitely pass it. Let's go to the next point. The next point is practice ICAN past questions. You cannot say you are reading, you are just reading the study pack, attend the tutorial, do this, do that, and you are not practicing ICAN past questions. You are not ready for the exam. Because we have seen a scenario where people will prepare for exam, they will read, by the time they see ICAN question like this, and they see 3 pages, fear will catch them, it will grip them. So that's why, as you are studying, you have to be getting yourself familiarized with the way ICAN set their question. That's why I said the first point here, solve ICAN questions so that you familiarize yourself with their pattern. ICAN has a way of setting their question. You see some question like this, you won't know that it is what you know. It is something you have read and you can even answer it until you go to the solution in the Pathfinder. So it is even this thing that they're asking. That is one of the things in solving past questions. And number 2 is that solve questions on topic by topic basis. Apex Professional Associates have taken it upon itself to start what we know. I said it earlier, past question guides. Past question guides available. It's available on every. I'm going to share my screen to show us how they look alike, how they look like. It's very, very easy. It has made life easy for people in the past. People have shared a lot of testimonies about, this past question guides make my life easy. Just search for them. They are available online. So this one is going to streamline all ICAN past questions, the topics that they have tested them from 2014 up till date, 2014 November up till date. Just say, okay, for example, group accounts in financial reporting. Which diet ICAN have tested it? ICAN, November 2014, question 1, they have tested this. Question 2, published accounts, November 2015, they have tested it. You will see it and you solve it together like that. Then the third one, which is very, very important, is that solve related questions using same pattern or techniques. If you are familiar with Pathfinder's pattern, Pathfinder's solution, you will realize that they will have different ways of solving their questions. In this diet, they will use one method. In another diet, they are going to use another method. Do not change methods. Get yourself used to a pattern. This pattern, I'm used to it. And follow that pattern. Don't change it when you are preparing and even in your examination hall. Let it be part of you. So that by the time you are preparing for the exam, or by the time you are in examination hall, that is the method you are going to use. It's very, very important. Then the last one, which is commitment, consistency, and I'm going to add it. I'm going to add prayer to this, which is very, very important. So commitment, consistency, and be prayerful as well. because prayer makes success achievable a lot. Without prayer, most efforts might be futile. So all these your efforts, you have to be committed in it. And that's why I said it in the first subpoint here, that without commitment, you will not start. You have to be committed. Committed about your spending, save money for this. You have to be committed about the fact that you strip yourself of some social media effect or distraction, or social platforms, social outings, programs. You have to be committed. Then the second one is that without consistency, you will not finish this program. Because you are going to face some disappointments. And that's the third point here. Irrespective of any disappointment during the program, never be discouraged. Just continue until you qualify. Do not be discouraged. And why this is important is that ICAN examination, each time they release results, ICAN does not say you failed. ICAN will say you have a reference in a paper. That's a good use of word. It's an euphemism to say, okay, oh, I have a reference in this paper. You do not fail. The only thing is that maybe the area that you know better, the examiner did not set it. We have seen a scenario whereby people know some topics very well, and they are weak in some topics. This, their weak points, is what I can test it. And in the end, they failed the paper. So that's not failure. We call it reference. So if you just continue, you will realize that by the time you continue, and in next diet, that's your area of strength that you know that the examiner did not test this diet. They will test it next diet, and you just hammer it, you will pass. In fact, you will realize that your preparation in diet you pass. It's not even up to that your preparation in that previous diet that you add a reference or you fail a paper. And that is the essence of consistency in this program. Do not be disappointed. Just continue. You will qualify at the end. So then be prayerful. So any other miscellaneous information or any other business is that ICAN examination or ICAN program. Let's come in. ICAN program is a program, or ICAN itself is a professional body. A professional body in the sense that there are ethics, and we do not take that ethics with levity, and these ethics are very serious. Ethics about your examination conducts. Lately, ICAN do not allow wristwatch. You cannot go to the examination or with your phone. In fact, with the wristwatch, because we now have smart wristwatch now. So all this, you have to know about, okay, these are the do's and don'ts of the ICAN examination program. And you have to live the ethics. The moment you register as a student, all the ICAN ethics is bound on you. And you have to live it. You have to be careful with the way you talk. You don't talk without facts. You don't talk based on emotion. Because you are seen as a potential chartered accountant. So you have to behave like one. Be professional in your dealings. Don't argue unnecessarily. Don't argue baselessly. Before you say anything, most especially when it has to do with professional matters, make your findings. Consult, ask. Don't just go and goof. Because they see you as a professional accountant in making. So all these are very, very important. Then plus any other information as we may have it. So then that's the end of our discussion tonight. We can't say it all. A lot can still be said. And that is why we give room for questions and then answers. And thank you all for attending this particular session, workshop and discussion. I hope it has convinced us about how to pass ICAN examination with ease, and make sure that we put up those tips into practice. So after the session, we are going to make the recording available and also the presentation material available to you guys. And then if you have any further questions or clarifications after this session, you can reach out to me. My number is available on the presentation if you have any clarification to make or any further discussion with me. I remain my humble self, Yusuf Kabiru, Aremu, ACTI. Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, LGM Kabiru. You've really done justice to this presentation. We do appreciate that. We can take 5 questions. Please raise up your hand if you have a question, so that I can give you an opportunity to ask your question.
Adams, before the question, I would like to make some points on the presentation Kabiru has made. Obviously, the first one is Kabiru has given us a detailed approach on how to pass the examination with X, and I think we share similar approach to it. For ICAN exam, he has told us that it's quite different from your academic exam. That is time bound. Of course, remember for your academic exam, you know your lecturer, he has given you the necessary area of concentration. And I want to know that this area of concentration does that they're making to be a docile student or a lazy student. It's just to ensure that you cover the other areas. But for professional examination, you are not aware of your lecturer. You only know what is known to you is just the syllabus and the area you need to cover. He has told us about your approach to the exam, knowing your area of strength, and while also noting the area of your weakness to work on them and probably plan your time. The other things I need to make correction on, I think I was a stop there. When he mentioned the people that can do ICAN professional exam, I need to include that ATS graduates, or what's called ATS West African Examination graduates, are also eligible for writing professional examination and not only graduates, meaning that if you're a member of Joint Minds International and you are a JMI member from your ND and you have your ATS or you pursue your ATS, I want to believe before you finish your HND or other graduate exam, you can be a qualified person. We were told during our own days that you are not yet a qualified accountant until you seated for ICAN examination or other professional exam, and you pass the exam and you are properly inducted. So if you think with your HND graduate or accounting or HBSc, you are not yet an accountant, but a bookkeeper or an account officer. The other area I need to mention is on the issue of years required to pass an ICAN exam. It's not 5 years, it's actually 10 years. I'm not sure that has been amended. It's 10 years. We need to confirm that. What ICAN will do is to withdraw your studentship, meaning that you need to register again as a student of ICAN if you don't pass your ICAN exam within 10 years. And I want to believe that will not be a question. So that's the only thing I want to make. I don't know. I have a GM Onobanjo here. I think we should ask for people to speak first before people can ask questions. Maybe some of those things can actually answer some of the questions they want to ask. I don't know if also the LGM job is there on this call to also make some contribution, and a lot of some other LGMs that want to make contribution can make. We should call for contribution first before the question. That's my view anyway. So I don't know if allow LGM or Onobanjo to make some contribution before we take question. Of course, we are all here to answer the question together. Thank you.
Thank you very much, LGM Bisiru. You have spoken very, very well. I think it's better we allow people raise their questions. Some of these questions might also be in line with the contribution that some of us here will make. So let's start with the questions, and if we feel there's still any gap, then we'll now address them. So I'll call upon Victoria to please unmute herself and ask her question. Victoria, please go ahead.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I think my question has been answered. I wanted to actually about the 5 years stuff. That's if you're not able to finish, maybe due to one thing or the other, you're not able to finish within the 10 diets and the 5 years period. Like, what will be the penalty? But I think he just answered, said it's 10 years and all that. So thank you.
Yes, that question has been answered. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you very much.
very much.
So hold on.
Sorry,
Akiade.
when people ask questions, let them introduce themselves, please, so I can take the record. When people ask questions, they should they should tell us their name, if they are a member of Joint Minds. If they're not a member of Joint Minds, I can see some questions on the chat box as well. So people should identify themselves with us.
Okay, so Victoria, can you quickly introduce yourself? Let us know if you are a member of Joint Minds or if you are a guest.
Okay.
Hello?
Okay, I think we can move on with the question. So any other person going forward should do
Yes,
that. Maybe she's
Akiade.
having.
Akiade and Fizz, you have the floor.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Please go ahead with the question.
All protocol are well and duly observed. I remember myself, I can do a fees. LGM, I can do a fees from Lineage 3 from Federal Polytechnic Advocate. My question goes thus, please. Actually, my question is about exemption. As I have in the house, our mentors in the house, yeah, we really appreciate the seminar, sir. So my question is about exemption. I would have asked this question directly, but I'll prefer so other people can benefit from the question, sir. My question is that for those of us that register for exemption and we've written our skills level, maybe we wrote the skills level twice, how many times are we entitled to use the exemption? Like now we are moving to question and we've used the exemption twice. My question is that, is there any, like, when is the exemption becomes invalid? Or
Are you
hello?
Are you referring to exemption or scholarship? I thought you are referring to scholarship. Hafiz.
Yes, the exemption on scholarship, sir.
Okay, I think you should be referring to scholarship. Okay, let me take it. So exemption.
Yes, I mean scholarship.
At ICAN examination is once. Once you are exempted, you are exempted. And in fact, if you are exempted once and you acquire more certificates, for example, maybe when you register initially at first, you get exemption with BS certificates. And in the course, you acquire more certificates, maybe MSc certificates. You can tender that and get additional exemption. Or let's say maybe when you have like ANAN certificates, and you already got some exemption before, you can tender it. You will pay additional money and you will get additional exemption. That's exemption, it is once. But if you are referring to scholarship, ICAN scholarship is allowed, all the criteria are there, and part of the conditions for you is that you have to pass each level in 2 sittings. First is sitting that you are writing it, ICAN will pay. The second sitting that you have to pass it so that they can continue that scholarship will be funded by you. So once you pass that, then you can write to ICAN. They will continue your scholarship for professional level, your skills level.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Is that clear?
Yes, it's clear, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
All right, so thank you. Please lower your hand. I'll call on Tosin or Robi to please go ahead, unmute yourself and ask question. Thank you. Akiade Hafiz, please lower your hand.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Tosin Orobi from Lineage 4. Please, I have just 2 questions to ask. On a quick one, sir. Firstly, how many percentages one expected to get to pass a course? I mean, is it 50% or like 70%? Because I'm not sure how I can usually guess. Maybe okay, maybe they usually show scores. They only show maybe you passed or you have or you failed. So like how many percentage is one expected to have before you can pass a course? Secondly, does it make sense for an HND holder to start from ATS again? Thank you.
Kabiru, please, over to you.
Okay, I should take it. Okay. Okay, and LGM, so the first question is about, please remind me the first question.
I mean the percentage
Okay, the
that one
percentage,
needs to.
the pass,
Yes,
the
sir.
pass mark. The pass mark
Yes,
is
sir.
50%. And you made mention that you don't know, you don't think whether I can displace mark. So I can do displace the mark you get. So they display the mark you get. If you have 100, I can will give you your 100. I've seen a scenario where someone gets 100 in the past. And if it is 5 over 100 you have, I can will give it to you. So they display mark. But you have to have 50 for you to pass a paper, just 50. So that's number one question. Number two is someone who has HND. We're asking whether it makes sense for that person to go back to ATS. So it depends on the need of the person. I got an inquiry lately where someone has HND and he was actually asking me about ATS that he wants to register. So then I asked, why ATS again when you have HND? Because it is not necessary to go back and write ATS exam. Just start from your skills, then move to professional, and you are done. So why going back to ATS where you will have to register for ATS, get exemptions with your ND certificates, then pay for examination and even take the pain of writing the examination. Then you pay for induction, ATS induction. Before you will now register for professional examination again, then pay for exemptions to start from skills. Then you now, but it depends on the need. Some people actually need that ATS certificate. Why? Because ATS certificate is given by a body, Association of Accountants, Accountancy Bodies in West Africa, ABUA. So ABUA is a West African body. So that makes ATS certificate in particular have, it becomes more tenable worldwide. So some people, they have that. So they have seen a scenario where people, maybe they relocate and maybe some people want to relocate to somewhere in Canada or somewhere and they believe that ATS certificates, they need it more than, so if your scenario is that, you may write that ATS certificates. You may write ATS exam before you, but if not, there's no need. There's no need. Just start from skills and you move on. So that's all.
Thank you very, very much for that question. Please, we are going to be reducing each response to questions to 2 minutes. Response to questions to just 2 minutes. Michael Akinloso, you have the floor. Michael Akinloton, are you here? Okay, so Matami Tiwalade, you have the floor. Your question, please. Matami Tiwalade.
Good evening, sirs.
Good evening.
Good evening,
Good
sir.
evening.
Thank you for the lecture. It was really helpful, sir. So I am Matsomi, LJ Matsomi Tiwalade Anoluwapo. So I want to ask that after the registration, are we only entitled to the student registration number, and how do we log into the portal, student portal? So that's my question.
Kabiru.
Okay, I should take it. Okay, that's fine. Oh, so after your registration, you get your student's number. The process has been very rapid lately. It's very fast. You don't have to visit any office. You don't even have to submit any physical documents. In fact, you don't have to send this as a mail. Just fill your registration online and attach your registration documents with your credentials online. And in 3 days, at least you get your registration number. At most in a week, you get your registration number. So after you get your registration number, you are required to proceed to student portal, ICAN student portal, and set up your portal. So in setting up your portal, you will have access to be able So download your financial status, your examination status. Each time ICAN releases a result, you can view your results and every other advantage. So once you get your registration number, you proceed to your student portal and you set up your portal with a password that you are going to remember. Please don't forget your password, because it may be very, very stressful to redeem it. Don't forget to just use the password you are going to remember. And that's all. It's okay like that.
Thank you very much. The iPhone user, please go ahead and ask your question. Please don't forget to introduce yourself.
JM.
One love.
One love.
Good evening. I am LJM Salam Yilduatusu. Can you hear me, please?
Yes,
of course,
please.
we
Go ahead
can
and
hear
ask
you.
your
Go
question.
Okay.
Right.
So my question or the problem I am facing where I am is tutorial. I think in Ibadan here, there are just few places where tutorials are held, and I think for my own personal studies, I need tutorial very, very importantly, and I'm finding it difficult because the one I attended last diet, it was not helpful at all because the rush was just too much. They were rushing us and I didn't even get out of that. I was unable to take the last. I don't know if
All right.
any
Your
one
question
of
is
us knows.
your question is understood.
Thank you.
Ejam Kabiru, please go ahead.
Okay. On the issue of tutorial, like I said, it's part of the 7-point agenda to record the sources. For some persons, we have seen cases where people did not attend tutorial and they pass. So all they have to do is to make sure that, okay, are you fit? So some people are like that. So they are extraordinary, but some, to a larger part, even if you are extraordinary, at least still attend tutorial. I highlighted some of the points where tutorial will be needed. Not only will it make your preparation and passing easy, you also meet people there that will assist your career. So, but your situation where you are, that is still a bit surprising to me because Ibadan is in the southwest here, and I know you should not be having issues getting a good tuition center in Ibadan. To the best of my knowledge, I know that there are at least three centers that I know that have tuition centers in that run tuition in Ibadan. So perhaps maybe you were not lucky to attend one of the best. So and perhaps maybe after this presentation, we can have a chat on how to go about that. All we just have to do is to make some inquiries. Our fathers are on the call who knows tuition centers better somewhere else, and they can recommend the better one that you can attend since you are in Ibadan.
Okay.
So, and if that does not still work, you can try online tuition.
Okay.
So
Thank you,
that's
sir.
what.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Joy, please, you have the floor. Joy.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone.
Good
Please, I would
evening.
like to ask. I've been writing PM.
Introduce yourself. Introduce yourself.
Okay, sorry, I'm Joy. I'm in Port Harcourt.
What's your full name? Your full name, please.
Oladele Joy.
Are you a member of JMI International?
Okay, my question. No,
Okay,
I'm
please
not.
go ahead.
I just got this from a WhatsApp.
All right. Okay. Okay, go ahead with your question.
Okay, I've been writing PM for like 3 times now. I don't know if there are some things we need to take notes while writing this particular exam, because even the last one I wrote, I was so sure that I was going to pass it. So I don't know if you can tell us like things to have in mind when writing this particular paper. And the marks have been getting so far, have not really been encouraging. So I don't know if there's any way you can help.
Okay. Adam, should I take it?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, so PM is a one typical paper that requires proper attention, and that is emphasizing my first point here. You have to understand your examination structure, the papers you are writing, the subjects, and their peculiarities, and you have to know your strengths and your weakness. Perhaps maybe your calculation is your weakness. I don't know. It depends. Everybody will have area of strength and weakness. Then the next thing is to say, okay, maybe tuition center you attend is part of the points. And more importantly, it's about the materials you use and the way you solve past questions. Can be very, very important. PM is a paper that I can say there is no format in it. So you just have to understand the basic rudiments and the principles. Because ICAN questions are not predictable. Like my ACA group has said, JMI Chartered Accountants group said that there's no area of there's no area of concentration in ICAN examination. You just have to cover your syllabus and make sure you understand what you are doing very well. So I will advise, if I think perhaps maybe it is the materials you are using, change materials. You can reach out to me, maybe after the call, I can recommend a new material for you. And also, you can get the ICAN past question guide that I prepared for PM. So that one has streamlined all the questions on topic by topic basis. Use it and solve questions in that manner. And make sure you are understanding what you are solving. Because now you said you were so sure that you did well. It is not you that you will determine that you did well. It is ICAN that will say you did well. So sometimes people will say, I did well. It is until the solution came out in Pathfinder before you now say, okay, now look at the Pathfinder. Is that what you did in your exam? Person will say, no, I don't think I did it this way. I made a mistake. So perhaps maybe you are getting some things wrong. First, change your material. Then two, the pattern at which you are solving past questions is also important. So get the past question guide. Get the past question guide and solve questions in that manner. That will help.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. So I'll call upon Azan Usman. So please go ahead and ask his question. Azan Usman.
Please call another person. This person is not ready.
Good evening,
Adi Adams.
Can you be audible, please? Azam, can you be audible, please? We barely...
Is it talking?
Okay. Okay, yeah, I think he's not talking.
Okay, Michael Akiloton, are you there? Michael Akiloton, you have the floor. Okay, do we have a Motairu Sadiq Olaide on the call? Please go ahead and ask your question.
Good evening. First of all, thank you for this seminar. It's really helpful. So my question is, it's kind of straightforward.
Your name, please, and can you put yourself?
Introduce yourself.
Introduce yourself. Okay, my name is Motairu Sadiq Olaide. So I want to ask if it's possible for one to have one that have one outstanding in foundation level, can it combine it with school level examination and do all that at one diet?
Sorry.
Okay, LGM. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, I did not get the question.
I think his question is: can one combine two exams in foundation level with other examination in other?
One exam in foundation level and your skill level examination.
No. So you have to pass all the papers in skills level. Each level is written autonomously. So you can't match between two levels.
You have to finish a stage before you go to the next stage.
Except in a situation whereby you are getting an exemption through another professional examination. For example, in a situation whereby you have ACCA, so ICAN will give you exemptions for other people except those ones that are locally based, like taxation, advanced taxation, and public sector accounting and finance, and business law maybe. I'm not sure. So one is in foundation, one is in skills, one is in professional. So you are going to write them together in that case. But aside that situation, you can combine between foundation and skills at the same time. You have to pass each level, papers at each level before you move to another level.
Okay, so Ogunleye Dare, are you available now for your question?
I think it's having issues with his network. Can we accommodate another person?
My name is Ogunleye Dare.
Okay.
I'm one of the prize winners at ACTI level last year. Can you hear me?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. My name is Ogunleye Dare. So I'm privileged to be one of the prize winners at the ATS level last year.
Okay,
and
congrats.
JMI is one of the organizations that are sponsoring the prize winners, and we added to a platform. So can I say that by the virtue of that, am I a JMI member, or is there any other thing that I need to do to become a JMI member? That's my question.
That's not my
Okay, LGM Bifiru, can you please answer that question?
I will try. I want to recognize the presence of my LGM, Toby Abiola, our honorable council members. Is here present with us. You're welcome, sir. As regards the question asked by Ogunleye Dare, I want to believe JMI Council, I want to you have the opportunity to pass that exam through the Toby Abiola ICAN scholarship scheme, and there are plans inward how to bring you guys into JMI, or how to incorporate you guys into JMI. That plan is ongoing. Once that is sorted out, then we can actually get across to you on how you can become a JMI member. Of course, that doesn't actually stop you from getting benefit from Joint Minds International and from the scholarship. Maybe later, when the lead speak, they can speak more on this. That is what I can say for now, to the best of my knowledge. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I will call on Mumini Abolore Rahim to please go ahead and unmute himself and ask his question. Thank you.
Chairman, sir, I appreciate the leadership of the club. I am LJM Comrade Abolore Rahim. Honestly, my question has been answered by our lecturer. Thank you so much. But I will still like to put the question on record again. What I wanted to ask is, if my institution, my school is an accredited ICAN institution, does that mean I can pass ICAN without going to a center for tutorial?
Okay, LGM Bisiru, can you please attend to that question? Just in 1 minute.
The question again, please.
So if my institution, my school is an ICAN accredited institution, does that mean I can pass ICAN without going for a tutorial?
I want to believe
graduating from the school.
Yeah, the lecturer has actually thrown more light on this about ICAN examination. He has made the distinction between a professional examination and an academic examination. He has also highlighted that going for tutorial classes is necessary. However, there are a lot of students that actually pass an ICAN examination without going for tutorial class. It's about you, it's about yourself, it's about once you are sure of yourself that you can actually pass that exam with ease, then you may decide to go for the exam without going for lecture. But he has also let us know the benefit of attending tutorial classes whereby you get to know a lot of people that can actually help you in life, in your academic growth. And so that actually depends on you. If you, but the advice is, personally now, I actually, from my own experience, I wrote my ICAN exam without going for any tutorial. I was proud of that because I was so focused on that. I have to read on my own. Of course, I have to get materials from friends, and it was due to financial challenges anyway. So people that have financial challenges, and once you know that you can actually cover the syllabus and you can actually did well in your examination, it's fine. But one thing about ICAN is, can you qualify for the exam? But there are benefits of going for tutorial. That's what I want to say. But it doesn't mean that once you because you qualify, you pass through some schools and you don't need it. If you feel you don't need the lecture, it's fine. But it's good for you to have a grasp of a professional examination lecture. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I think let me also recognize the Family System Board chairman is on call. FCA. Is also our council member. You are welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, LGM Bisirio. Welcome to our leaders, the FSB chairman and our lead doing. We appreciate your time joining us. So I'll quickly call upon Collins. Again, Collins, unmute yourself and ask your question.
Good evening, sirs.
Good evening. Please introduce yourself. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you so much for the session tonight. So it's really an eye-opener. Now, I have some questions. The first one is, I want to ask if it's really worth it combining this ICAN program with academics, because currently I'm an undergrad student. I'm currently in it 3. I go to those levels. But combining the academics has not really been easy. And another thing is that my school is under ACTI, such that after graduation, you can actually get qualified, just taking professional level. I want to ask if it's really worth going through 8 years, or it's better you just wait to graduate. And secondly, I want to ask how, what are there some suggestions on how to success this ICAN program with the rigors of academics in a tertiary institution? These are my questions, sir.
Thank you very much. LGM Kabiru, you have the floor.
So, and I was not hearing you properly, but let me restate the question so that I can answer it properly. I think the first thing you mentioned is whether there is a need to take 8 years program, Abi?
I think the question is, can he start professional exam while he's still in school, academic wise, to combine the 2 exams, professional doing 8 years 3 and also being in school, whereby he has a MCAT agreement where he can easily, after his program, he can write a professional exam, final examination and pass. Or let me try and take that question. I'll try to answer that question.
Okay, go ahead.
Actually, Agent Kabiru has mentioned that ACTI is being handled by Abuja, West Africa, right? And you can actually combine, you can actually have your ATS3 to have additional qualification of being an ATS graduate. It adds to your qualification, because when you do ATS while you are in academics, it actually help you academically in your program. So once you have that, after your program, it will be easier for you to actually pass your final ICAN examination with ease, because you'll have covered a lot of topics during your professional exam. You'll have known how to pass a professional exam with ease. So some of us are also a beneficiary of that scheme, whereby we find ICAN easy by the time you are writing a professional exam. So it's doable. It depends on your on you. So if you want to actually combine the 2, but since your school is having a MCAT agreement with ICAN for you to write a final ICAN exam, so is that you now do it's not optional for you whether you want to consider it by having additional qualification of having an ATS3, being an ATS graduate, and having your ICAN qualification. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your answer. One more question, please. I want to ask how kind of easy it is to get a job with the AAT qualification. Is it widely accepted? Is there any guarantee that when you have the AAT qualification, you can easily get a job with it while you are still undergraduate?
I didn't get that clearly, but I will try and, from what I can get from you, you are asking if that ATL is widely accepted. Is that correct?
No, sir, I was actually asking if it's actually easy to get a job with the AAT qualification while you are still schooling as a student.
Why do you want to combine schooling with you're working with your, if you're a full-time student, why do you want to combine working and schooling together? Except you are saying you are a student, you are a part-time student anyway. How easy would that be for you?
A full-time student.
If you're a full-time student, I'm not sure you can actually combine working as with your ATS. Of course, if you should use your ATS certificate to work, you can actually get a work that requires accounting technical scheme to work. But I would not advise when you are a full-time student to combine working working and also combine your full-time. It may affect you anyway, but that's personally to me. But I'm sure by the time our leaders speak, they will enlighten you more further about this.
Thanks, I really appreciate
it. Let's have Kayode ask his question. So let's make it brief, please. Kayode, you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Adeshina Kayode Abdurrashid from Ilorin, Kwara State. My question is, please, I want to know. No, I'm not a member of JMI.
Okay, go ahead.
My question is, I want to know if there is a difference between someone that has BSc in accounting and is chartered, and someone that has BSc in another field and is chartered. And if that person, if both of them are eventually, if both of them are accountants in their place of work.
Okay. On this, since we have so many of our colleagues here on the call, I don't know whether FGM Onabanjo can try to help us with that question. So that it can be, FGM Onabanjo, can you try to answer that question for us? Okay.
Sorry, what's the question again?
The question is, if we have two graduates, one that study accounting, for that question, before I answer that question, I want to advise, if you're on this call, kindly go to the chat box, your name, your phone number, and email address for record purposes and for follow-up on you. Please go to the chat box, register your name, your WhatsApp number, and email address. As regard the question being asked, let it make it clear to you that there are requirements for you to be an ICAN inducted, to be an inducted member. For non-accounting graduates, what is required is 48 months working experience. 48 months working experience. Same thing goes for an ATS graduates that pass ICAN. Such a person must have 48 months working experience. The 36 months or 3 years working experience is only applicable to students, to accounting graduate students that pass ICAN exam who has an accounting graduate knowledge or that has a accounting qualification, BSc or HND accounting qualification. But sometimes also there was this argument whether somebody that study finance, BSc finance can actually have, but the something is that that person also must have 48 months experience. It has been something that I can need to clarify that for someone that study finance. So if you study other courses, apart from an accounting course, you are required to have 48 months working experience, and that experience has to do with probably you are working in finance-related courses, departments. So your referee need to give you a letter of reference or what is called a letter of recommendation or letter of attestation to state that you have the required working experience for you to be inducted into the institute. So I think that answers your question. For non-accounting graduates, it's 48-month experience, which is 4 years, and 8 years graduates. While for accounting graduates, it's 36-month working experience. Thank you.
Okay, and then the last question, Iroko, please go ahead and ask your question, Iroko. That's the last question for the day.
We also have some question on the chat box. Anyway, maybe we can take that after Iroko. We have some question on the chat box.
Okay, thank you. Iroko, please.
Yeah, GM, sir.
One love.
All protocol are duly observed. My name is LGM Iroko Mustafa Babatunde, Ilaro chapter 10. Sir, I also ask, how much can someone budget for all papers on skills level? That is first question. And second question is that, how can I know if my school was exempted? I mean, concerning the exemption, how can I know if the institution I attended
is accredited?
Is accepted for work paper. And the last question is,
all right.
Who can be my referee after I pay for the registration fee? Who can be a referee that can sign for the registration form? That's my question.
All right. LGM Kabiru, please go ahead and answer the questions.
Okay. So the first one is how to know whether a school is accredited or not. So there is if you go online on ICAN sites, there is a list of accredited institutions. You are going to get it there, and it's updated over and over, because an accredited exercise is done at intervals. So it's something that, okay, once a school does it, it doesn't cover for all the time. So it gets expired and they have to renew their accreditation. So there's every possibility that your school, they have been accredited in the past, and maybe they have not renewed their accreditation, and it may affect you as a student to get some exemption. So for this, if you want to know whether your school is accredited up to date, get the latest list of accredited institutions. And also for those schools that have special accreditation from ICAN, we call it MCAT, mutual and tertiary and accreditation institution, whatever. So which will give you advantage to start from the only right for a professional level alone. So you will see it in on that list. So the list is available online. And make sure you get the updated one. Maybe that one for this year or latest last year. You are going to get it on the ICAN sites. So that's number one. Number two, you asked whether how to get those people that will stand as referee for you. So just make sure you are a JMI member, so you can reach out to any chartered accountants in the JMI group to stand as referee from you. Once the person is a financial member, he can stand as referee for you. So you have that opportunity. So that's I think that's your second question. The questions are three. I did not get the third one.
The third one is about
the third one is how much can you budget, from inception to end to become a chartered accountant?
Okay, so that one is subjective in nature. So, but the only budget we can usually give is provisional in nature, in the sense that the only thing we can say, okay, that is constant in the fees is the registration, which is 8,000 naira as of today. Then the exemption, depending on the papers will be exempted for, there is a list of exemption, well, depending on your exemption status. So that one is constant. So, but for examination, it's also constant, depending on the number of papers that you want to write, the combination of papers you want to write at each sittings. So whether you want to write 2 at first, 3 at first, then the other 2 later, or you want to merge all. So if you say, okay, 5 papers is this, and you end up, you are not writing the 5 papers at once. So you are splitting it. You spend more on examination if you are splitting papers. However, it depends on your schedule. If you feel that splitting will be better for you and it makes you to pass on time, then it is more economical and more sense making to you. Then it is okay to do that. So another thing that we cannot say, okay, this is it, is the tuition fee. Tuition fee depends on the tuition center who wants to take it. So, and then that one, no one can say, okay, this is the, we can only give average. So on the average, at start, let's say tuition, examination, exemption, and registration, someone should have maybe like at least, let's say 230K, 230,000 naira. And know that you are not paying all of them at once. It is a process. Registration first. Then after the registration, you process exemption. So after you process exemption, examination, you are not paying examination until you are ready. That, okay, these are the papers you want to write. That may be maybe a month to examination. You now pay your examination fee. Your tuition center, you are not paying at once. It's based on the tuition center you attend. The highest they can do and say, okay, maybe pay 50% or 60% at start. Then you pay the remaining later. So it is very, very, they have done this in a way that, okay, it should be very easy for you. You're not paying everything at once, but provisionally 250,000 naira at start should do. We are not paying everything at once.
All right, thank you very, very much. For now, I'm going to suspend all questions in LGM to be Abiola to give us his keynote address. You are welcome, sir.
By not any apologies, I'm on the road. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, sir.
LGMs, non-GMs in the house, guest speaker, and the organizer of this program. I want to thank all of you for making it a very, very interesting and mind-boggling one. Most of the people on the program know what Joint Minds is all about. Is to ensure you achieve academic bit of Joint Minds. That is good for all of you because I know that you'll all achieve academic excellence. This is the professional level, and I know most of you are socially inclined as well. I want to say to our listeners today, become a chartered accountant, intentional, and fight for it. The way you intentionally go to school and read your books and get your grades, you must be intentional with ICAN. ICAN is a certificate that is also there because I know it changed my life, and I know it can change the lives of all of you listening to me this evening. There's nothing in the exams. The only thing is that psychology must be right. This must be serious, and the rest will be history. I want to really appreciate the guest speaker because he has taken the ABC of becoming a chartered accountant to you. And now it's your bit to fulfill your own part of the bargain by registering by passing and becoming a member. The first question I want to attend to is that of my very good friend who asks, how can one be a chartered accountant? Oh, no. How can one be a JM member when he didn't pass through school, except the TAISS scholarship scheme? And I want to say that LGM Bisiri, you answered it very correctly. We will try because it's imperative for us to do that. I will just appeal that Bisiri and Co. and Adams and other people on this platform, let's try and fast track amending our constitution so that we can accommodate that. That's the only bit I could say on this. That's the one. Is there any other question? You can draw my attention to it. That is lecturer did not cover. There were a few, but that's the only one I felt I needed to respond to. But if there any other one, can FGMB Siriu or Adams please point my attention to this so that I can quickly rub it in? As I said earlier, once again, thank you for this initiative, Adams. That's a good one. And that's what JMI is all about, innovating and making life better for our members. I want to thank all of you this evening. The young ones, I pray you qualify on time. And I pray that we'll celebrate you. Keep the good work. Keep doing what you do. Having time for your academics. Having time for your professional exams. And we'll all get there in the no distant future. One thing you should know is that luck is opportunity that has been prepared for. Because you prepare to write your exams and you pass, Mother Luck will shine on you and you become the leader of tomorrow. By God's grace, all of you listen to this presentation. In a few years' time, God will make you captains of industry.
Amen. Amen.
And all what you desire, God will give it to you. On this note, I want to sign off. And I say thank you. Thank you. And thank you once again. God bless you all. Have a lovely day. Bye.
Amen. Thank you very, very much, sir. We appreciate your time. For those of you that may not know, that is the lead doyen Joint Minds International in person of LGM 2B Abiola FCA, is a council member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria. Thank you very, very much for your time, sir. Before I call upon LGM Benga or Midiji, the FSB chairman, to give us the closing address, I will quickly attend to about 2 to 3 questions on the chat group. So the first question here is, how true is that if there's a mass failure in a course, the ICAN will try to favor the student that goes to tutorial? That is not true, because ICAN does not even know if anyone goes for tutorial or not. All ICAN knows is that you have registered for an examination by paying your examination fees, and then you sit for the exams. And ICAN will only pass you based on the outcome and your performance in each of those exams that you wrote down. And then the next one here is that if someone is having reference in any subjects, is the person going to use the previous docket or another docket to be generated for such a person? Now, once you are writing a reference, a new docket will be generated for you. Not the previous one has become obsolete I've written down. James Kabiru, is that correct?
You are correct. You are correct. So if
Okay,
person has a reference, you are going to register newly. Register for examination newly. So automatically you get a new docket.
Okay, so how many times can someone write a reference before such a person can pass? Well, it depends on the ability of that person. It depends on how the person is, how prepared the person is. It's subjective. It depends on that person, on that person's performance. So there's no limits. The limit I'll probably say is the normal 10 years that is anybody has between the time the person registered and the time the person must qualify. Someone is asking that he needs a referee to continue your exemption application. If you are a member of Joint Minds International, just reach out to any of his leaders and one of us will definitely sign your exemption, be a referee on your application. Any other question here? Let me quickly check. Jem Kabiru, is there any question I've not attended to?
I
okay,
think
there's a question here. My name is
question.
Okay, from South chapter. My question is concerning the professional aspect that the exam is twice in a year, May and November. When can one start registration? How many months to the exam months? Also, as regards exemption, he doesn't understand about exemption. Can you shed more light in just 60 seconds? Can you please attend to this question?
Okay. Okay, so and that one, so the earlier the better. So like I said, the registration process is now fast. So it doesn't waste time, unlike before, because everything is automated. You register online, you submit online, and in 3 days at least, you get, at most in a week, you get a registration number. So like 5 weeks or 4 weeks to examination, you should start your registration process. In fact, in 3 months to examination, you can still start your registration process, register, get exemption, and still meet up. So meaning that from now on, if you are writing November diet, start your registration now. So that you can be on the safer side.
All right, thank you very, very much. So I will now call on LG Binga.
I have some questions. Let me quickly attend to them. One person asked about how well to prepare for advanced task paper. Another person asked for PSAF. So the person said that PSAF that is too bulky, that I couldn't cover up. So that's the essence of summarized notes that are prepared for all the subjects. You can reach out to me, can get the summary notes. So PSAF will be easy for you with that. So then for advanced tasks as well, one of the challenges with advanced taxation nowadays is because of the turbulence in the taxation sectors. A lot of things are changing. So, and it's becoming more practical questions rather than normal academic questions. So practical issues have been set in the examination. So you have to be able to actually study the latest past questions, then get some dynamic lecturers to walk you through about the advanced taxation paper. It's becoming more practical. It's becoming more practical. So I said, let me chip that in. Adams, over to you.
Do you have anything you want? All right, thank you very much. Do you have anything you want to add as we come to the end of this program?
Yeah, I think some of our guys, as I answered that question, there was a guy, Augustine Jimofo, who said he's writing the ICAN exam, and that is from a graduate of Nnamdi Azikiwe Umuahia, that is trying to write ICAN exam, doesn't know how to go about it. I want to believe that after the lecture, you'll be sent this lecture note to be sent to you, and you can as well get across to us while we can clarify some of those things, any challenges you are having. I think all the questions has been answered by people on the chat box, so you can move ahead.
All right. Thank you very, very much, sir.
Sorry. I don't know whether I don't know whether I can
go ahead.
This. I don't know before my chairman speak on this. Yeah, this is a JMI program. I need to also mention here that as by virtue of being a chairman of a Education Balance Society, we are also planning a program for students of ICAN, and as the event unfold, we shared all those things with you. It's good that you have dropped your phone number, email address, and your details. So if you have not done so, kindly register on the chat box with your name, phone, WhatsApp number, and your email address, so that you can benefit from our program as a district. That's a Education Balance Society. So we have a lot of program for students, and as event unfold, we get across to you. Thank you.
All right, thank you very, very much. I would like to say a very, very big thank you to LGM Kabiru Yusuf for putting together such a wonderful presentation.
Let's hear from FSB, please.
Yes, I'm coming to that.
Okay.
LGM Kabiru, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate you for the slides and for putting together this 40 minutes training, and then your questions, also the way you address them. We appreciate you very much. We hope that next time we call upon you, you'll be available to talk to us. LGM Bisiriyu Kolawole, the chairman, Chartered Accountants Group, we appreciate you also for the value that you've added to this training. Your presence was deeply felt, and the good responses you gave really made the life of our members very, very easy, as they were able to get the integrity of how they can pass ICAN examination with ease. Thank you very, very much. We do appreciate you. So I'll call upon LJ Benga Omidiji, our Family System Board Chairman, to please give us closing remark. Sorry, to please give us the closing remark. LJ Benga Omidiji, you have the floor, sir.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I want to appreciate the organizers of the program. Of course, the lead doyen has spoken. The lead doyen is the head of the club. Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
We can hear you, sir. Please
Okay,
go ahead,
yes,
sir.
the leader has spoken, and that's the #1 citizen of the club. And it's been a worthwhile. That's the POS. So, well, so I probably will not bother you about. Let me just quickly take one or two things that came up while I joined the call. I also noticed the attendance of a lot of members who are not joined my members, and for those who are looking for referees and are not joined my members, my advice is for you to go back to your school. Fortunately nowadays, majority of the head of department of accounting in each of these schools are chartered accountants. And even if the head of department is not, majority of the lecturers are. So your HOD or your lecturers can't sign for you. They must be willing to sign for you because you are their product. And so that shouldn't be a problem. Yes, we're talking about the list of accredited institutions. You can always have that from the site. I think even someone had posted the current list on the group chat in this meeting. about working experience before induction. Well, as things have changed, yes, you need to have a practical working experience before you're inducted after you pass your exam. But even now, the system has changed. Once you start writing your exam, there is a docket that comes with you. That's where the institute can start monitoring your practical exposure to practical feed. So that by the time you qualify, you probably will have gained that 3 years working experience. You don't need to wait after qualification now. Once you start writing the exam, there's a docket that the institute will give to you for you to be recording your work experience as you progress with the exam, so that at the end of the day, you're qualifying, you're writing your final paper, and the time of expected of you to have practical experience will probably match, and you can just go ahead and be inducted. Everybody has answered about JMI scholars and their status in JMI. Of course, I hopefully before the end of this year, what we're trying to do is to have a sizable number, and where the JMI scholars, that is science alumni, will be inducted into Join Minds. For those who want to join Minds, you probably, now that you are in this gathering, I'm sure further information as the club moves on will be added. And finally, there was a lady who is not a JM who complained about writing PM about 3 times now, and I was asking about what is it about that particular paper that she has not been doing right. I like the answers that have been given, but we'll go a step further. And I know the person is not a JM, but on behalf of the JMI and Toby Abiola ICAN Scholarship Scheme, LJ Adams, please follow up with the lady and get her. Sorry, who is the main speaker for tonight? Who is the person? Sorry.
Again, Kabiru.
Yes, Kabiru. I am handing the lady over to you. She
Okay,
must
sir.
pass the next. She must pass the next diet.
Okay, sir.
LJ, madam, please liaise with the lady. Get her in touch with the registrar of the JMI and Toby Abiola ICAN Scholarship Scheme, and offer a space in the next list of scholars for JMI Toby Abiola ICAN Scholarship Scheme.
Noted, sir.
So JMI, you have a mandate. She must pass that exam. So, having said that, I want to appreciate all of you for who have turned out for this program. I also need to express my displeasure. Ordinarily, I know that Join Minds has at least 200 members who are currently in their final years. I know that they have a minimum of about 200 members who are JMI ambassadors. I know we cannot have less than 500 LJMs who have qualified, who have graduated in the last 2-3 years. And this program was widely publicized. So I'm disappointed. From the questions now, most of the people that even ask questions are not JMI members. So LJM Bisiriyu, Shegun, all of you that are here, you need to take note of this, and we need to work on this. I don't know. This is not the JM that we left behind. A program like this, I expect nothing less than 500 current and LJMs to be attending a program like this. But unfortunately, most of the people who are here are even non-JMs. So please, we need to take note of that. So on that note, I want to say thank you for everybody. Thank you on behalf of the organizers. I want to say thank you to the lead union for sparing time to address the house. Thank you for the organizers. Thank you for the people who have attended, especially those who are not non-JMs. Good night and God bless.
Thank you very, very much, sir. We do appreciate your time and your words of wisdom. God bless you. LJ Kabiru, please confirm, have you captured the details of the person that has just been given the scholarship?
Since I did not capture the lady, but I'm going to go through the chat.
Okay,
now.
please. If you are still on call, can you please just quickly unmute yourself and address us so that we can get your details? Kabiru, can you go through the chat to see if you can identify the person? Because we might not have the person's phone number unless we get it now.
Okay, can you tell me maybe a name that I can use to identify the person?
Actually, I'd actually forgotten the person's name, but I think if you go through the chat room, or is the person still on call? Just unmute yourself and quickly address us.
A lot of people have left the call, so I don't know. Perhaps maybe she has left. Or anyone can hint us about it.
Please kindly go to the chat box and identify the lady.
What's the name I used? I don't know the name.
Okay, hi.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm Gloria.
Oh, is it you?
No.
Okay, you have a question.
I just want to know. Hello? Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes, we can.
Okay, please. I just want to be part of the group, like where you do this tutorial online, this online tutorial.
Okay, so if it is my own online tutorial, I drop my number on the group chat. You can chat me on WhatsApp.
Okay. Okay, just call the number.
So the number, I'm dropping it now again so that you can see it. Just see it on the chat now.
All right, so
we've not identified the person. I will drop it.
Okay.
I've just gone through the group chat now. I can't identify the person, but we still look at all the chats that came in and see if we can identify the person.
Maybe we do that later so that we can just allow people to enjoy their. That's my number there.
All right.
Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you. Can you see the number now?
No. How can someone get scholarship like this? I can't scholarship.
Please, you can reach out to us. We are done with the session. LGM, please.
So I'm going to call on LGM or Onabanjo to please give us closing prayer. LGM or Onabanjo, please, closing prayer, please.
Thank you. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you, we bless your holy name. Thank you, Lord, for the opportunity, this wonderful opportunity to put this together. We commit the facilitator and the organizers into your hands, Lord. Continue to bless them, continue to increase their knowledge, and it shall be well with them, Lord. Lord, those who need this facilitation program, Lord, they shall use it to the maximum in the name of Jesus. Continue to be with us. We will not have cause to stand in minute silence for any one of us, Lord.
Amen.
In Jesus' name we are prayed.
Amen. And as we come to the close, we are going to be singing the club anthem. Everybody, please unmute your phone as we sing the club anthem.
Okay.
1, 2, 2.
Share among us. Let there be love in our hearts. In this nation, yes, also love to rise. Understanding of brotherly love,
There shall be love.
let there be love.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you.
If you have any other inquiry, you can reach out.
Thank you
Thank you so much.
You can show your video, let's see your face. You can show your video, let's see your face. Kabiru, thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. Yes, sir.
Lamidi Idris, nice
Yes.
face cap.
Yes, sir.
Ayodeji Ogunleye.
Tiwalade, what's that on your head?
Only me David Camp. Only
Thank you.
Lekon, which type of cap is that?
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Good night.
Yeah, good night. Have a nice
Facilitator, thank you.
So,
Drop your details if you have not done so. Kindly drop your details if you have not done so.
If you have not done so, drop your details and get the material later.
Don't what?
Drop your details, name, phone number.
All right.